Good afternoon again. It's me again. I sort of apologise. I'm going to get technical again. So I hope, lunch hasn't been too filling and too tiring. I'm here to talk about telematics. So as an OEM, we have our own solution, but I don't want to talk about it in terms of our own solution. I'm also going to talk about telematics as a whole and what that can bring to you. So Telematics 101. So just to level set everyone in the room, telematics it's not just GPS. So we have obviously a satellite telling the machine where it is. But on top of that, what we do within the system is we add machine data. So we take the GPS location in, and we take information that is on the machine controller, we stick that together, and we send that to a database in the cloud via a cell network. We then take that information and push that to a portal, whether that can be JLG portal or another portal. So you can then read that information and understand it. And it gives you fleet insights, where is my machine, what is my machine doing, what fault codes have I got, but it then also tracks the life of that machine. So that information is aggregates over time. So if you have a machine with telematics for 5 years, you can see the complete history of that machine over the last 5 years. So I'm going to show you a quick short video. This is from our JLG. Oh, have we got sound? There we go.
Stay up to date on routine maintenance and limit time lost due to the batteries and unexpected failures. Know when, where, and how your equipment is used, so you can maximize your fleet's utilization rates. Machine operational data to drive proactive service management. Set up geo-vincers and time vincers to protect your fleet and save time by always knowing the location of your equipment. Clear Sky from JLG.
Okay. So I'm going to go through and talk about hardware and data consumption. And I'm going to keep it very high level, but hardware and data are kind of two different things. So we talk about what JLG offers. We have two devices. We have a very simple device. This is Clear Sky Locate. And this is a GPS and time only. So it looks at machine on-off. It doesn't give you anything other than location and when the machine's on and when the machine's off. And again, that comes through the cell network. Then we have our higher-end product, which is our Clear Sky CAN. So this is what I talked about earlier. This is a device that takes information, GPS. It also can give you utilization in terms of when the machine is actually physically running. So not necessarily when the ignition's on, but when the engine is running, the pumps are running, or the batteries are being used. On top of that, you get the standard open CAN network information around the engine or any other information, but you also get JLG fault codes. So we can take that information that's in the controller, and then we can feed that up to the portal. And again, that's cell transmission. The Clear Sky CAN device can communicate via satellite. At the moment, it doesn't. We're just trying to assess the need for satellite communication. As mobile networks grow and grow, there's less and less need for this communication. At the moment, we haven't seen anything. But if a customer is looking for this, it's something we can start talking about and understanding. Now I want to get on to data. So we obviously have Clear Sky data. So these devices are sending information to a database somewhere. And there's two ways you can consume this information. The two ways are actually quite different. So we have our Fleet Edge tool. So this is our online portal. It can be consumed through any mobile device that's connected to any internet or data source that has any internet browser. So it's just a simple link. There is a desktop version and a mobile app mobile version. So you can see that data on the move. We also have an API. Now, for me, this is the most important tool within telematics. So this API allows you as a user to take that information from our database and push it to any database you want. So you don't have to use Fleet Edge. You can be a track unit customer today. You can fit our telematics box, and we can send that information to track unit, or we can send it to Amazon Amazon services, those kind of things. And then you can pull that into your CRM and manipulate the data in any way you want. So I want to be really clear. We don't have to have, if you're a track unit customer or a Genie customer, you don't have to have a track unit box. You can have a JLG box, and we will send that information wherever you need to via an API. So I'm going to talk about, there's another option we have, which is access control. So I'm going to play this video, and it explains it better than I can. It doesn't get too technical. Oh, need video.
There are multiple contractors and operators with physical access to any machine on the site. This physical accessibility creates the need to limit access to these machines to only authorized and trained operators. The access control system from JLG is designed to prevent unauthorized use of powered access equipment. The system works by receiving either a unique operator ID or by reading an industry standard RFID card, such as an iPad, smart PAL card, through the keypad reader device. Only someone who has the proper training, machine owner permission, or both will be able to operate the machine. Access control also provides the capability to analyze an operator's productivity by tracking how much a machine is utilized. The Clear Sky portal can be accessed on any device with a web browser, including mobile devices, allowing site managers to connect to their worksite, fleet, and personnel like never before.
So access control, this is obviously the video saying the ability to allow people. You can not only can you just not stop people from using your machine, you can actually stop them at weekends or out of hours. You can limit that type of access on the machine through this system. So it's not just ability of who's on the machine, but also when they're on the machine. So I want to go through some future coming. So now we have the basic telematics solution. It's giving you utilization, GPS, and fault codes. However, we're developing more products to allow you to get better insights into your machine. So today you have the JLG analyzer. So you go up to the machine and you plug this in and you can go through personality settings, sensor performance, and various other things. However, as of the end of the year, December, we're releasing the ability to do this via Fleet Edge. So you don't have to go to the machine now. So for an instance, if you're a customer phoned up and says, I've got a problem with the machine, you can assess what that machine generally needs before you send an engineer. So you can go and check the sensors, personality settings, any fault diagnostic codes. And then you can maybe make one trip. That engineer can go fix the machine and come back. He maybe even go with the correct part before he has to order something. We're also releasing in March next year, March, sorry, it's March, not 20, but March next year, an advanced BMS. So this is to go alongside our lithium. So within our EC booms, we're releasing a lithium battery system that has its own battery management system. But we're also releasing a lead-acid battery system, management system. This gives you better insights into how these lead acids are working. So it will give you state of charge, power levels in the machine, but it'll also give you a kind of health indicator on those batteries, which is quite hard with the lead acid. But our engineers have been working to understand algorithms and how batteries are charged, discharged, and the health of that battery, so you can get some indication to what's going on. And then also towards the end of next year, we're going to be releasing over-the-air software updates. So this is the ability through Online Express and through FE4 or Fleet Edge. You can push software updates to the machine. You don't have to go there with a laptop and update the machines or wait till the machines come back into the yard. You can send that information over and just update the machine software when needed. I mean, obviously the machine has to be in a safe condition. You don't want to be doing that when the guy's in the air. So the machine will be, there's certain constraints, has to be the machine down when you send the software to the machine. So I've talked about what we offer and what the telematics, but I'm going to give you some customer stories. So this is not just JLG, but this can be across telematics systems as well. So we've been working with a number of European customers around this. Some are more advanced than others, and we've got some good stories around this. So this is a customer we have in Germany. He had one of his long-term customers. He sent a machine to him on a long-term hire. He then saw the machine was due a service, so he called the customer and said, I need to come service the machine. He goes, I've got a bit of a problem. I've moved that machine to Poland, and it was 500 kilometers away. So then he was like, the conversation starts, well, why did you move the machine? How did you not let me know? So this is where we worked with him to set up geofences around that machine. So when he sends machines out now, and he wants to understand where they are, he sets a location fence up around that machine. And when that machine either exits or leak comes into that fence, he gets a notification to say that machine is being moved. And those fences can be anything from a car park to a country. So we've got some our customers actually just do a whole country. We also have billing for out-of-hours. So in the UK, there's a big drive to try and become more forceful on the contract. So when they set a contract up for a customer of an 8-hour use or weekend, non-weekend working, they don't generally follow through, but because of the rental rates are being driven down so low, they're trying to reclaim some of this value. So now they're starting to use telematics, putting in time fences. So along the agreed contractual working hours, and then they'll get a notification to say that machine has now been operated outside that contractual hour, or it's been operated the weekend, and they go back and they can bill accordingly based off the contract. We also have, this was an interesting one, so we had a customer that was sending a lot of machines into Toyota in the UK, and this is a big site, and he was saying probably 50% of the time he would turn up to pick the machine up. They couldn't find it. When they did find it, it was behind a pallet. It was uncharged. It was, and they couldn't receive the machine. So more often than not, the driver was going back empty-handed. So we worked with him to set up a geofence alert, and this basically meant that he would only schedule a collection when the machine was in the location, or he got a notification the machine had arrived in the location, and it was saying the machine was charged, so it could go on the machine. And it cut his return times by quite a bit, and it saved him a bit of money. Saved the customer a bit of money because he wasn't having to rebill him for another hour, or another day, sorry. And then probably a little closer to home. It's my first time to Dubai, and everyone's telling me the temperature's really nice. I don't agree. It's very hot. But I see the temperatures here in the summer can get quite significant. So this is just we can look at sending up alerts on that machine. So because you have engine diagnostic data, and that's available through the telematics system, you can set up alerts on engine overheating, for example. If you have a customer that was working midsummer and decided he wanted to drive that machine across site, and that machine starts getting pretty hot, very hot, gets too hot, continues to go, you could get an alert from that saying you need to stand the machine down, let it cool down. Now in daily operation, where this is just maybe going up and down once or twice, it's not an issue, but it comes when they start trying to drive it across site, and these engine temperatures will start rising. And you can set an alert to get your customer to maybe slow it down and save that. And that's really what I wanted to cover on telematics, really high level. And if you want to get into any more details, I can talk to you outside about it, and we can get some low level or some quite interesting areas. But if you have any questions, general questions around telematics, it doesn't have to be JLG related. If you have any questions about our system, please feel free.